everyone, it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and it has been a very long time. I am happy to be back. I will hopefully be posting YouTube videos pretty regularly. I'm not totally sure what my schedule will be going forward, but I am excited to be making more videos. This is brought to you by Daniel napping in his crib. He is 5.5 months old, and up until now I have been contact napping with him for pretty much all naps because he wouldn't take long naps in the crib, but he needed longer naps, and now he will take long naps in the crib. So all of a sudden I have like 3 more hours a day of time that I didn't have before, which is amazing, and I'm excited to be using some of that to make YouTube videos again. So today what I'm going to do is go over the kit reformat, and this has been out at this point for a few weeks, but I wanted to go over all the new stickers and show you everything because I know sometimes it's easy to miss things, and this is a good resource to have on here if people want to go back and see things, and I can explain some things. So even though this is already released, it's, I think, still useful to go over now. So this will be for the next year. So through June 2024, this will be the format for the kits. And I have some mock spreads that I'll be showing you as I go through. So I'm gonna start with the weekly kits. So I have 2 different mock spreads that I'll show you first, and then I'll go through the stickers. So I'll go through the different categories of stickers and show you some layouts that I made. So here is in the Erin Condren vertical using the weekly kits. So you can see the sidebar stickers here. I've got full boxes. You can see there's 2 different styles of scripts I have now. So I have these script duos, and they fit nicely. Like here's a 3rd box and here's a half box. They fit nicely on those sizes of boxes. You can see here they also fit on these larger doodle boxes. I also have these bold scripts, and they fit well. Here's one on a fancy label. Here's one on a quarter box. Here's one on a label, an appointment label. They fit well on those. And then there are also these plain scripts that come on the essential sheet, and you can see how, you know, they fit well in a lot of different places. I will be having samplers of these coming out that'll just be black, but it'll have a variety of scripts. Those take a little longer to do, so I'm like halfway through getting those designed. So those will be coming out probably sometime in June. I will have samplers of those plain black scripts coming out. You can also see here too, one of the sheets I have are transparent stickers, and you can see some of the transparent stickers. So here are these arrows are transparent ones, and then like these circles that I layered here, those are transparent stickers, so you can see those. And weekend banner, you can see the date headers. So I did them, they're a little bit different. I wanted to make them just, I don't know, a little more stylized than before. So one thing you'll notice, it's a rectangle with rounded corners, but it's still, the sticker is still 1.5 inches wide. So it lines up perfectly with the column, but it's just a little bit offset in there. So yeah, so here is a mock layout with the Erin Condren vertical. And then here's another one, so kind of totally different with the Moxie Life horizontal. So again, you can see we've got the date headers, checklists. Here's some of the transparent stickers. Here's another transparent sticker. Here's another one. The 2 different styles of scripts, and so kind of how everything fits together. And yeah, so this just shows you again how you can use these in a lot of different planners. That's another video that I do plan to make soon, is showing using stickers, using the same kit in like all the different planners that I have. So stay tuned for that. And I'm always happy to answer questions about, you know, how stickers fit or how they go. And I should say with that too, any questions you have, please leave comments below. I know I have not always been the best at responding to comments, but I am wanting to be better at that. So please, if you have any questions, leave a comment and I will try to get back to you. So again, here's some examples, and now let me get into all the stickers. So for the weekly kits, one thing too, and one reason I want to make a video is just to talk about where to find things. So what I'm going to show you first, this is all listed in the main listing for the weekly kit. So that's where you're going to find all this, and there are a few things that have moved around a little bit. So first we have the essential sheet, and so this is really the sheet that I spend the most time working on, trying to puzzle over what I want to include, how to make things fit, how to do everything. So as always, we have 2 strips of washi. This is 15mm or 0.6 inch wide washi. And then there's a full box. There are 2 of these like torn paper headers. These are 1.5 inches wide, so they'll fit across a column, and these are great for layering with some stickers, but they look a little bit like torn paper. You get 4 of these skinny plain labels. Then one thing that was really requested was to bring back having 7 of the same kind of box. So if you have something, you know, work, dinner, workouts, whatever it is that you want to mark for every day, that you have a sticker for it. So there are 7 of these patterned quarter boxes. So you have one you can use every day. Then you get 3 patterned half boxes. There's a weekend banner, some individual dots, 6 appointment labels, and then you get a variety of doodles and scripts. And the scripts this year I made different. They're just plain black rather than matching the kit. So they're a little bit more universal and plain. And again, I will have a sampler coming with more scripts in this style, and then a bunch of doodles. And the doodles are slightly changed from last year. There's there's a birthday cake instead of balloons. The recycling is new, so a few small updates. The plain is new, a few small updates to the doodles. So that is the essential sheet. Then we have the washi sheet, and the washi sheet is the exact same as last year. So you get 3 sets of wider washi, and then there's 2 widths of skinny washi on there. And then we have the full boxes. So full boxes, pretty standard. You get 8 regular full boxes and then 1 that you can write on. So this gives you enough that you have 1 for every day plus 1 for your sidebar. And then you get 6 more of these torn washi headers at the bottom. And then here's the boxes sheet. So the boxes I made more standardized. Before it used to be a variety of styles, but I made these like all kind of the same style. So you get quarter boxes, third boxes, and half boxes on here. So just to make your spreads a little bit more uniform. And I know some people didn't like that they were both squared and rounded off ones. So now they all are squared. Then there are the different sets of extras. So these are checklists and date headers for specific planners so that they fit perfectly. So they all have 2 sets of skinny, or 2 strips of skinny washi, date headers, date dots, checklists, forks and knives, and then there are some like small dots and flags and these like scribble dividers depending on what fits. So this is the horizontal. This works in both the Erin Condren and the Moxie Life horizontal. Then there's vertical. So this is good for, this is the one, like when in doubt, this is what you want. So this works like in the Erin Condren vertical, really any planner that has 1.5-inch wide columns. So this works in like a lot of inserts, happy planner. So this works in a lot of different planners. Then the extra is Moxie Life vertical. And one thing to note, even though these like look individual, these are still strips on the, oops, this one is not cut very well. So on both the Erin Condren Hourly and Moxie Life vertical, they are still strip headers, but they look like they're individual, but you put them down as a strip because the columns are right next to each other. Then extras plum paper, so this fits in the plum paper vertical columns, but I know the checklist spacing works in other ones as well because I've seen people use these in other plum paper planners as well. And then the Erin Condren Hourly. So those are the extras. So that's everything that is in the main kit, weekly kit listing. Then we have the kit add-ons. And so these are great for the regular weekly kit if you're doing it kind of in a standard weekly planner, but these are also really good for other planners too. So these will work if you're adding on to the compact vertical, Hobonichi, Daily Duo, these will work well too. So let's go over these. So first we have the sidebar. So I changed this a bit this year. I added a full box on here. Instead of having some headers, I put a full box on, so you have another choice for a full box. Then we have an ombre checklist. You get a Monday through Sunday box, and I changed up the style on this. It's not an ombre box anymore, and I really like how this turned out. And then 3 habit trackers, and then one of these little curlicue dividers. So that's the sidebar. Then the doodles, and this has been updated. So I've added, I don't think I took any doodles off. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 that I took off from last year that, but mostly I added some new ones, so you've got more options here. What I did take off was ones where I had duplicates. There's only 1 of each now, so I did change that. So you get more variety, but there's like, before I had like a bunch of shoes and dumbbells. So now though, if those are ones you want to use a lot, you'll want to get a plain sheet of those. And I do have coming next week, when you see this, I'm doing a doodle release, so I'm going to be releasing a lot more of these. So soon there will be individual sheets of all of these available. Then I have this year 2 options for scripts. So I think this is really fun. So these are, I'm calling the bold scripts. This is sheet C. So these fit really nicely like on a quarter box or labels. So these are just matching the kit colors with a black outline and kind of an offset. So they have a little bit of a like 3D shadow look. So these give you like, yeah, the nice basic scripts you want to use for a week. And then these are the script duos. So these are bigger ones and these fit nicely on a half or a third box. Appointment labels, so this is pretty much the same. You get 2 different widths of appointment labels. There's skinny ones and then thicker ones. Plain labels, these now, they're actually 3 different widths. So there's this really skinny one, and this is the same that's on the essentials. Then there's a medium width one, and then these ones at the bottom are quarter box size. So you get some nice variety there of different sizes. And then here are quarter boxes, and so you get a mix of plain and pattern ones. And Daniel is awake now, so I will be finishing this video during his next nap. Okay, it is nap time again, so I am back to finish taking you through these kits. So anyway, so here we are with half and third boxes. This is mostly half boxes. It's 6 half boxes and then 2 third boxes. That's what fit on here to maximize the space. And so you get mostly pattern, but 2 solid colored half boxes. And then doodle boxes. So this sheet is reformatted a little bit. You don't have the sticky note ones anymore, but you get 6 of these and 3 of these. And they're not quite standard sizes, but they're kind of quarter and half box size approximately. Then mixed labels. So this has a combination of things. So you get these check-off labels and then some fancy labels and then also these flag labels. And these ones I think are, you could use for a lot of things. You can use it as like an appointment label. You could use it as more of a check-off thing to check here. You can like put a doodle on half of it. There's a lot of things you could do with those. Then ombre boxes. So these are just updated a little bit, the way that the check lists look. The functional full boxes, again, these are pretty similar. They just have the black line there. Skinny washi, this is the exact same as it's been, and same with the bottom washi. And then we have the transparent sampler. So this is on transparent matte paper. And so you get dots, these little flags, or these aren't flags, I guess these are arrows, some flags, some scallop boxes, and then some circles. So these are great for like, these you can use as check boxes. You can use them to make a list, to mark things. I think all of these ones are really cute for layering with a script or a doodle over top of them. So lots of fun, different things to do with this. Just one thing to note, this paper is not removable. And you'll want to use a different pen to write on it. Or you can if you let your regular pen dry long enough, but I suggest using more of a permanent type pen on the transparent paper. So those are the add-ons available for the weekly kit. So again, everything that I just showed you, this is in the add-ons listing. And the one other one, there also is deco. This kit doesn't have deco, but other kits do have it. It's sheet M, and it's back to being an add-on. It had been, last year, it was a bigger size sheet listed with the main weekly kit. But now it's back to being an add-on, so it's available with the add-on listing. And again, these are great for weekly kits, but these really also are great for adding on for like Daily Duo, Compact Vertical, all kinds of other planners you might be using. Then kind of going along with the weekly kits, we have the weekly reflections. So these are designed or modeled off of Moxie Life planners, but you can really use them in a lot of planners, and I have made them wider this year. So the headers are wider, and that's mostly because the way that they're set up, I had them before to fit perfectly in the Moxie Life, but it's narrower. And so like if you're using the Daily Duo and you want to use these on the blank weekly page in the Daily Duo, these are wider now, so you can use them there. And they'll still look good in the Moxie Life, but there's also enough room. You can trim them on the edges if you want them to line up with the kind of the way the margins are. So you get this header, then also a piece of skinny washi that you can use to decorate your page. You get 6 of these flag boxes that you can use to layer with the script, and some arrows and some dots. So weekly reflections available in both 7x9 and A5 sizes. And these are in the same listing together. They used to be in different listings, but now these are in the same listing. So next I'm going to go over the journaling kits. This is another thing that's new that I've really changed and added. The journaling sheet that I had before was really popular, so I wanted to expand and offer more things. And again, this is just in terms of looking for things. The sampler for like the journaling sampler used to be listed with the main kit, but now there's a separate journaling listing where all of this stuff is available. And to show you kind of an example of something you could do with it, here is a mock spread in the Erin Condren Hourly, and this is only using journaling stickers. So you can see how there's lots of things that you can do using the journaling stickers in kind of a regular planner spread here. So using the torn paper for the washi, using these various boxes, because everything you're going to see in the journaling kit is modeled off of everything's about 1.5 inches wide, so you can see it fits well in a planner like this. Obviously, that you could still use it like in the Daily Duo. And you can also see here, like here's an example using journaling stickers in the daily pages of the Hobonichi Cousin. So again, a planner that's not based on 1.5-inch wide columns, but lots of open space where you could use these kinds of stickers. So I'm gonna go through the options for the journaling kit. So first is this sampler sheet. So this gives you kind of an overview of things. So you get 2 strips of like sort of torn paper washi and 2 corners as well. You get a few scripts. You get this week, important and to do, some little dot stickers, some days of the week, these sort of sketchy circles, torn paper headers, some paint swatches, some washi, some arrows, some flag boxes, and then a few miscellaneous things. So this gives you a nice variety of things. Then, oops, I've got these in the wrong order. Okay, the next one is just torn paper. So you get 2 more of these washi strips, and then the rest of it are just corners. So this is, again, I think great for if you're using a daily planner and you want to have lots of options for things to decorate in the daily planner. Something like this would be perfect. Then there are large boxes, and again, these are all about 1.5 inches wide, so they'll work in most standard planners, but also would work great in daily planners as well. So you get things that are a variety of different sizes that you can use for writing things on, layering with other stickers, etc. Then there are 3 smaller sheets. So the first one are these flag boxes. There's 2 different styles, one that just got the flag on one end and one that's the double flag. And again, these are 1.5 inches wide. And I also do have sheets in different colorways of these if you just want to get like a rainbow sheet of these. And then there are paint swatches. Again, these are all about 1.5 inches wide, so they'll work well in most planners. And then you get some little circle swatches at the bottom. And then you get days of the week. So this gives you a nice variety of different versions of days of the week. So you have, yeah, you could use these for a lot of different things. These ones are 1.5 inches wide, so those will work. You could use those as the headers in most planners. So just a variety of different days of the week. So that is the journaling kit. Then next I will show the Hobonichi kits. So first of all, we've got the Hobonichi Weeks, which is, I have been using this planner over the past few months and really enjoying it. So this is fun to do. And this kit really has not changed too much since this was something I'd done more recently. So this sheet is pretty much the same, just updated fonts and scripts on here. So you get the strips for the days of the week, and then a strip for these boxes, a strip of washi you can use as a divider, and then the washi to go on the top and the bottom. And then over here you get these strips of washi that you can use kind of to divide things up as headers, checklists, habit trackers, and an assortment of boxes as well as scripts and doodles. So again, I think this looks really cute, especially how you can layer these different stickers together and make them work. So that is the Hobonichi Weeks kit. These sheets, 2 sheets are sold separately, and they will fit in the back of the planner. Then next are the Hobonichi Cousin stickers. So this is a mock layout using the Cousin kit. So you can see what all you can do with that. So the sheets for this, there's first of all the essentials sheet. So this one is, this is a bigger sheet. This is an 8.5 by 5.5 sheet. So it's the same size as the regular essentials. So it's got a lot of the stuff the sheet A for the weeks, or for the Cousin, used to have, but you get all the scripts and the doodles. You get a full box for the sidebar. So there's a few more things that are put on here. So this is kind of like all the base things that you need. Your sidebar stuff, your date headers, your washi, all of that. Then there's also a full box sheet. So if you want to have full boxes for every day, you can get this sheet, and these match the full boxes for the regular weekly kit as well. I'm also curious to see, I think that there's a lot of creative things people could do with these, not in the Cousin, just in other planners as well. So I'll be interested to see how people end up using these. But you can see here all the different full boxes. So there's the full boxes. Then there is this boxes and labels sheet. So this gives you a nice variety of different boxes and labels that you can use in your spread. Then I also have a journaling sheet for the Cousin. So this is a lot of things like I just showed you from the journaling kit, but sized for the width of the Cousin. So this spread is just using the journaling stickers, the stickers from this sheet, because again, with the main journaling kit, these stickers are all 1.5 inches wide, and the Cousin is about 1.3 inches wide. So these are resized down for the Cousin, and I think that this would be great along with the other sheets. But again, you could just, you can do a pretty good spread just with this sheet in the Cousin. So that gives you another option. And I know a lot of people like to do journaling style things in this planner, so I wanted to give you that option. And then these date headers I think work really nicely actually just to cover up the day and use the numbers that are there. Then we also have the daily sheets for the Cousin. So this is just if you want, there's tons of options for the daily sheets, and obviously lots of people don't use stickers, but this gives you a strip of washi to go on the bottom for every day, and then also gives you a date header that fits and covers up this area, and then also some checklists that you can put in, and knife and fork stickers. So this just kind of gives you a basic template or sort of shell to use on the daily pages, and then obviously lots of other stickers would work in here as well, but this gives you kind of a base to use for the daily pages. Then next are the compact vertical kits, and this is another one that got a lot of updates, and I really like how this turned out. The compact vertical is never a planner that I thought about using, and then I designed these stickers and I was like, I might have to use this planner. So I love how these turned out. So there are a lot more options for the compact vertical. This was like the Cousin, this was a really popular format last year, so it was one where I wanted to include more options. So the essential sheet has changed some, so you still get these 2 strips of washi that go at the top. The big difference, before I had them wider so they went like edge to edge, now I've got them a little bit smaller so they don't go quite all the way. You get your headers and your date dots, checklists, this big bottom box. So one thing you'll notice here, this box is empty, and I have sheets now. If you search for CV-boxes, you'll find the listing, and there are 5 different styles of stickers you can get that go in the box. So you can obviously just use this blank box and write directly on it, but if you want lines or a habit tracker or a Monday through Sunday box, there's lots of different options you can get. And so it's a sheet of 4 different boxes, so it'll last you for 4 weeks if you get one of those sheets. And then you get the same doodles and scripts that are on the regular essential sheet. So that's the compact vertical A. Then there are 3 different options for boxes, just kind of regular options for boxes. So there are just these regular boxes. So these are a variety that take up 1 or 2 lines. So you can see like there and there. Then there are pattern boxes, and these are either 2 or 4 lines. So these are a little bit bigger. So you can see that's what the 2-line box looks like, and this is what the 4-line box looks like. And then 2-tone labels, and again, these take up 1 or 2 lines in the planner. So you can see what those look like. So these all go the full width of the columns. Then I also have these half-width boxes, and so these are for, if you want to put like 2 things side by side or just mark, 1 smaller thing. So there's 2 styles, one that has like the full white, and then one where you can like layer a script or just write on top. So something like your workout or the weather for the day or your work schedule, you could write like work at the top and then put what hours you're working, or whatever it is that you want to do. So these will fit 2 next to each other in a column, or again, you could like center them in the middle like that. So those are the compact vertical options. Then next, I'm going to show you the Daily Duo kits. So this is the coiled A5 Daily Duo, and I've changed the 7x9 quite a bit, you're going to see. so that now the A5 and 7x9 sheets are almost identical. There's a few small differences, but they're pretty similar now. So overall, not tons of changes to this. It's going to be very familiar what the options are, but you can see here a little bit of a mock layout. So first I will go over the A5 options. So here is A5, here's the A sheet. So this gets you your bottom box, your checklists, knives and forks, and then you get a bunch of scripts on here. And then the B sheet, this is very similar to last year's format. So you have the washi strips and then the days of the week and the date dots. And so again, you can put them wherever you want, center them, or put them off to the left or the right if you want. One thing to notice, I have changed this, like this used to be sheet D, now it's sheet C. So when you're ordering, just be careful that you're getting the right sheet because I have changed that a little bit. But again, the bottom boxes, 6 bottom boxes, this sheet is pretty much the same. Then sheet D, these are plain boxes. Sheet E, pattern boxes, and these are the boxes that just go next to the time so they don't take up the full width, so you can still see the time with both of these. And again, kind of like the compact vertical, these, I don't have the really small ones for the pattern boxes, so instead you get a strip of washi on the side. Then F are 2-tone labels, and these take up the full width of that column. And then G is this divider washi, and it also goes the full width. Then I also have the weekly overview. Here's how the weekly overview looks. So it's been changed just a little bit. The big thing is there aren't the scripts on here anymore, which I miss having, but the trade-off is that now, before you had a little gap in the middle, and now these 2 columns go the full width of this top sticker. So there's not any white space. There's not like a weird gap where you're seeing the lines through the paper. So that's what happened here. So that's I think an improvement, but you don't get the scripts anymore, but you can still, there's still space where you can write in here whatever you want to write in. So that is what the A5 weekly overview looks like. Then the 7x9 daily duo is very similar. So the big thing you're going to notice is I have bigger sheets now. So these sheets are actually 7x9. So if I compare, you can see they are much bigger sheets. And so the advantage of that is I can fit more on. I can do things like before, the 7x9 had the days of the week printed on these because I didn't have room to put them off. So the only real downside I see is they won't fit in sticker storage. So if you have storage to fit 8.5 by 5.5 sheets, they won't fit in there. So that is the one big downside to them, but hopefully you like that you're getting more. And these are, the regular ones cost $5.10, these cost $5.15. So the price is barely different. It's just a tiny bit more expensive because the packaging for these is more expensive on my end. So that's what the price difference is, but hopefully that's worth it to you that you get a lot more. So, and on this, there are fewer scripts on this one than the A5 Daily Duo, but there's more scripts on here. So between this and this, you get the same scripts on the A5 and the 7x9. They're just distributed out a little differently. And then you also get these doodle headers on the 7x9 sheet as well. So that's the sheets A and B. And then sheet C, so again, this is a big sheet, but you get 6 boxes on here as opposed to before where you had to get 2 different sheets to get the boxes. So this gives you a lot more on one sheet. And then these sheets are the same as the A5, so sheet D is solid boxes, sheet E are pattern boxes, F are 2-tone labels, and G is divider washi. And then here is the 7x9 weekly overview. So again, a bigger sheet, but this is the same as the A5. Then I will go over budget stickers. So I just have 7x9 budget stickers and not too many changes. The big thing, I got rid of the paycheck budget option because that didn't sell very well. So we've got a monthly budget, weekly check-in, spending tracker, transaction log, sinking funds, debt tracker, savings tracker, and the bill tracker is the one new thing that I added. So you can keep track of bills you have to pay. And then there are budget labels in 3 different sizes. So there's 7x9, A5 and 8.5 by 11. One thing to note, the 7 by 9 labels are with the main budget listing, so all of these stickers are on one listing together, and the A5 and 8.5 by 11 are in their own separate listings. And on my website, you can find them. They're also listed with the monthly kits as well. So if you're looking at like A5 monthly kits, you'll see these listed there. So those are the budget stickers. And then the last thing are monthly kits and notes pages. So here is a mock monthly kit in the Erin Condren 7 by 9. So one thing to note is that the sizing did not change between last year and this year. So if you're still using last year's planners, these kits will fit, and the stickers work great in all of the different interior designs for the Erin Condren planners this year. So there's nothing you have to worry about with weird sizing. So the monthly kits, I'm offering, so 3 sizes of Erin Condren, 7 by 9, A5, and 8.5 by 11, Hobonichi Weeks, Hobonichi Cousin, and then Moxie Life 7 by 9 and Plum Paper 7 by 9. So the Plum Paper and Moxie Life A5 options I'm not offering anymore. I just didn't sell enough of those to be worthwhile. So I'm very sorry, because I know there's a couple people out there that are disappointed, but overall I just did not sell very many of those. So, so you can see what the kit looks like. So here is the this kit. So one thing that I did change is I made, so I always have the days of the week separate so that you can make your month start with whatever day you want, if you prefer Monday or Sunday, or if you have a weird work schedule and you want your day to start with your month start with Thursday, you can do that. But instead of making these like cut out, they match the strip here. So you just layer them over that strip with that same background color. So you have your main date headers, you get the date dots, holidays, and then I've got room for 8 holidays this year, and because I think that's the most there are in any month. And but then there's blank boxes for the ones that don't have holidays, 2 strips of skinny washi, a little banner, and then some miscellaneous shapes. And so you can see here too, I added in, like, I used some appointment labels and some of the scripts, some different boxes and stuff to show you how that looks in this view. And then there is, so for all of the formats, I'll go through them, but they're generally like this. For the sheet A, it's these kinds of things you get on the sheet. And then sheet B has the sidebar and different scripts you can use on the sidebar. It has strips to cover up the days not in the month, and then some scripts that you can use to mark things. And with the strips to cover up the days not in the month, I always make them wide enough, or like make them enough so that you can do a Monday or a Sunday start, but you'll usually have to trim them. So like for this to do a Monday start, I had to trim this one down. So I have a sharp little ruler and an X-Acto knife that I use to trim it down. So that is the 7 by 9 Erin Condren. And then I'm realizing now I still need to make a mock spread with the notes page, but this is the notes page, the notes kit. Oops, you can see I was testing stickers on this page. I will find a blank one. So this is the notes page kit, and so this did not change very much at all. I updated some of the doodles, I updated the fonts, but overall this is pretty much the exact same as it was. And for the 7 by 9, you have the option, there's the main sheet, and then you also have the option to get a habit tracker or lined box that goes down on the bottom here. But you can also use, I've seen people who will like use these on the other side as well. So there are a lot of different things you could actually use these for, but mostly people will use them for this bottom box there. So this is what the 7 by 9 notes kit looks like. Then here is the 8.5 by 11 Erin Condren. This is sheet A, and then sheet B gives you some different labels that you can use, the 8.5 by 11. And this is the 8.5 by 11 notes kit. So again, pretty much the same things that are included in the 7 by 9, but just a much bigger size. And then for the A5 Erin Condren, there is sheet A available for both the rings and the coiled planner. So the rings is just a little bit wider because it goes from edge to edge of the inserts, and the coil one is a little bit narrower. So that's really the only difference there. So, but there's 2 options for sheet A for the A5, and then here's sheet B, and you also get some boxes on this one. And then sheet C is A5 with boxes that you can use, boxes and labels that you can use in the planner. And then for the notes page for the A5, there are two different options for the habit tracker and the line. So again, same idea as the 7x9, but here that box is included on this sheet. So same kind of thing in terms of what scripts and doodles are included, but just a different size. Then there are the Hobonichi monthly kits. So we have the cousin and the weeks. So nothing too much changed here or different, but again, there's boxes included. One thing with the cousin, because the monthly view and the weekly view are the same width, you can use, if you get the label sheet from the weekly kit, you can also use those in the monthly view as well. So these give you, and there are holidays now. They are very tiny, but there are holidays on the weeks version. So those are the Hobonichi monthly kits. And then we have the 7x9 Moxie Life, so it looks pretty similar to what you've seen before. And then the 7x9 plum paper, so again, pretty similar, sheet A, sheet B, and then sheet C, because the plum paper 7x9, the boxes are just a little more narrow than 1.5 inches. So these are the right width to work in the monthly view of the 7x9 plum paper. And also the notes kit for the 7x9 plum paper. Again, pretty much the same as how it was before, mostly just updated the fonts and everything. So those are the reformats. I know this is a long video. Please let me know if you have questions. Also, I did include in the release, I didn't really publicize it, but there were scripts and functional items as well. And I will be releasing more scripts over the course of the summer. So the formats that scripts are in, I will keep releasing more, and if there are ones that you want me to prioritize doing, just let me know. So the August kits will be coming out a week from tomorrow, and they will be in the same format. So yeah, so lots more stickers coming in this format. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I'm excited to plan with these stickers, so I hope you like them too. And it is great to be back here on YouTube, and stay tuned for more videos soon. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you again soon.